Last week, we did a bonus episode where I asked you all to give me your starting lineups of the Montreal Canadiens from the 2010s decade. Instead of going all the way back to the 2000s, we've decided to go to the 1990s. So I'd like to know your starting forwards, defense, and goalie from the 1990s era of the Montreal Canadiens. We all know they won a Stanley Cup in that decade. And it was also the beginning of the dark ages, as some people like to put it. So I imagine a lot of the players you might pick might come from the first half of that decade.
I'm going to, you know what? Starting with goalie, Andre Red Light Rasico.
No, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
I'm kidding. Only because I felt so bad for the guy as a goalie. What a nickname they get, a Red Light.
Not even Jocelyn Thibault.
I think it might have been Michael Farber who gave him that name also. So I always felt
really?
Obviously Patrick Waugh is your goalie. On defense, Eric Desjardins, Matthew Schneider. Although I loved Lyle Odeline. I love Lyle Odeline.
A lot of people like Lyle.
As a favorite. And then up front, I got John LeClair, left wing, Damphousse at center. Even though Carbo's the Hall of Famer, if you want to score goals and create offense, Carbo would be as my second line center. And then I know it's like Brian Bellows. That would be a pretty good. Yeah, Damphousse with LeClair and Bellows. That would be a pretty good line. And the other guy I'm going to throw in there, I loved Brian Skrudland. I loved when he played, I loved that guy. He used to be on the bench chomping at the bit to get on the ice and went out there and busted his butt every shift. And on that era, Brian Skrudland was my favorite player on those Canadiens team just because of how friggin' hard he worked and every shift he was out there busting his butt.
He was one of my favorite players until he delivered a bag of dog poop and put it on my front door entrance.
What the hell?
That's kind of what I said when the doorbell rang and I opened it up and I said, somebody's brought me a gift, and I grabbed the bag and I looked inside and I look across the street and there's Skrudland behind a tree just about falling over laughing. He said, "Guts out," so I lost a lot of respect for him.
All right, give us your list. Oh, sorry, Jess is next. Go ahead.
I've Brian Savage. I got to go with Saku Koivu, of course. And because I'm a big Full House fan, Valerie Bure as well,
wow.
the husband, DJ Tanner, Candace Cameron Bure. On defense, Larry Robinson, Chris Chelios, and then in goal, of course, Patrick Waugh.
Okay, all right. What about you, Rick?
Patrick Waugh will take the job of goaltending, and I go back with Schneider and Desjardins as your two big defensemen, like those guys, offensively, defensively, and then up front, Damphousse centering LeClair, and I put Recchi on the right side as guys that can do a lot of damage. Nice, they were great to watch. Actually, played against a few of them.
So if Brian Skrudland didn't leave dog poop on your door, would he have been on your team, Rick?
Yeah. Like I said, I liked him for a long time, but then I got to not like him in a short time.
No love for Kirk Muller?
He was in the list. If we were to go to the second line, I had Kirk with Saku and Richer.
Okay. I'll tell you guys a very quick Brian Skrudland story here also. 86 Cup parade. Remember, Rick, how hot it was? You guys were in those convertibles. It was moving like maybe 100 feet every hour with all the people. And Brian Skrudland had his glasses on. Looked like he was a doctor or a lawyer or something. And he got out of his car and he started walking through the crowd and nobody knew who he was. And my buddy and I were at the parade. We started following him and he went into a tavern. And he goes into the tavern and he says to the bartender, whatever, he says, I'm in the parade and I'm dying of thirst. My wallet's at the forum. Can you just give me a beer and I'll come back and pay you after? And the guy obviously didn't, he's like, get out of here. Like he didn't realize who he was. My buddy and I walked in behind and my buddy says, "You're Brian Skrudland, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." He says, "Well, we'll buy you a beer, but you got to drink it with us." And so we bought him a beer and he sat down and drank it with us. And then he got back up and he walked back into the parade and got in his car and away he went. And years later, I was interviewing him and I said, "Do you remember that story?" And he says, "That was you guys?" So that was
that's pretty hilarious.
He was with the glasses on. I mean, Rick, like he on the ice, he looked like he was a wild man, and then off the ice with the glasses and that, he looked like a lawyer or a university professor or something like that.
Have we got time for one more Brian Skrudland story?
Okay, this is the last one.
Okay, just a quick one. I don't know if I told you guys this one. Anyways, I was a single guy. Brian was a married guy. I asked him to come up north with me for a night out, and his wife said, "Well, where are you going?" Blah blah blah. I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll take care of him." Well, we ended up going up there. I lost him for 3 days. Couldn't find him. And, that was the last time his wife gave permission for him to go and socialize with me. So, you know, nothing happened. I don't know. Maybe he got lost.
What a strange dude. I was just going to say my team is Patrick Waugh, Eric Desjardins, Matthew Schneider. I was going to put Kirk Muller there with Vincent Danfus and Brian Bellows as well, even though he only spent the amount of time he did. He scored a lot of goals throughout his career and also with the Montreal Canadiens. Let us know in the comments section which team from the 90s, what starting lineup from the 90s you would have if you were somehow coach of the Montreal Canadiens at that time. Also, subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out show on YouTube. Subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And, of course, check out hockeyinsideout.com because it's a really fun site and there's a lot of great stuff there.